we invited you on today because there's certain laws that have changed and things that are happening here in Rhode Island, which we'll cover over the coming weeks and months. But one of them, I think most importantly, is the new lead law change here in Rhode Island. And it's going to have specifically an impact on multifamily home sellers, right?
So 2024 is going to be a year of a lot of new legislative changes that are impacting real estate and specifically landlord tenants and multifamily properties. So the first one that I think is the one that I wanted to highlight is the multifamily requiring a lead certificate. So pre-2024, so last week, if you were the owner of a multifamily 2 or 3 units and you also lived there, you were eligible for a primary exemption. So you did not need to get a lead certificate because you were one of the occupants. That exemption is terminating as of January 1st, 2024. So all properties will be required to be lead compliant in 2024, despite the fact that the owner may in fact still live there. So starting in September, the properties are going to have to be registered with the lead certifications on a state level. And there will of course be penalties and violations assessed if they are not compliant with that. That doesn't take effect until September. So the state is giving everybody a little bit of time to get used to the idea, not to mention lead inspectors may be a little bit busier as a result of this new implication. And frankly, there's a lot of things we don't even understand yet. Rhode Island Association of Realtors, who structures and governs all of the legal agreements, are in the process of updating the purchase and sales agreements and the lead disclosures, because really they're looking at when the lead became safe, and it's now being recognized. I know we've always talked about 1978, but they're really looking more 2011. 2011 is when lead was pretty much eliminated from paint altogether. So now the new requirement is going to be, if the property was built before 2011, then it's recommended that there be lead certification and lead inspections. So this is going to be a totally new evolution of what we're seeing on a state level. There's no administrative backbone that I think gives the cities the ability and the state to go about enforcing this. So I think what's going to happen is it's going to be something that presents itself at the time of closings and at the time that tenants are calling to, voice a concern or a complaint. So I do think that those are concerns or issues that we're going to start seeing. I mean, who knows? Maybe they are planning to unroll something bigger. A lot of the other law changes that have come down in 2024 are also tenant-based protections. So it's really kind of interesting just from a top-down view of what the state is saying relative to trying to protect these tenants who are in these multifamily properties. It does feel very much more tenant-prone. And Rhode Island has always been pro-tenant. Massachusetts is even more pro-tenant in our neighboring states. So I do think that the collective changes that we're seeing in the laws for 2024 are all about protecting the tenants. And there may also be, something that we see happen as a result of tenants that are unhappy with their landlords, where, if they're contacting or not getting verification that the properties are lead compliant. So there are going to be repercussions, predominantly, I think, of a financial punitive nature if people are not compliant. But again, we've got some on-ramping time. That's not necessary to register until September 1. Going to have some far-reaching effects, may or may not be something that we see impacting us as an industry. I certainly think that we will. It's just a matter of how much it impacts us.